Hi, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for stopping in and checking out my videos here on YouTube. And make sure to like, subscribe, and share everything that you see just so that we can get more followers and more views on everything that we're doing to try to bring attention to corruption in not only law enforcement, but across all areas in prosecutorial offices as well. So please take the time to do that. Now, today we're going to be talking about the Maryland case and just a follow up because after the last video that I presented, that video was shared hundreds of times and I directly received contact by the Maryland State Police Internal Affairs Unit. And I also received a message from Sheriff Gamble of Talbot County Sheriff's Office in Maryland. Now, I originally wrote them about 5.5 weeks ago and did not hear anything back. A little bit. I got a response that they received my message, but there really wasn't any response in reference to Ellen Barry Grundon's dismissal of the case in 2018, nor was there really any clarification on anything regarding that official investigation or internal affairs investigation into the Maryland state trooper that is suspected of harming a child. So on the screen, you'll see the response directly from internal affairs at the Maryland State Police. And they basically said that they're aware of the complaint, but they aren't going to currently do anything about it. That's the first response I got. The second response I got was from Sheriff Gamble himself, and he actually says that he's going to forward my complaint to the prosecutor's office and to Ellen Barry Grundon's supervisor. Again, no response from their office. And as you can see, he says, "You're not happy with our investigation." No, I don't think anyone's happy with your investigation, Sheriff Gamble. It's really not acceptable. So, yeah, it's great that you forwarded it to Ellen, but she's not going to respond to me. She's not going to look into it. That's already been proven. So, what we're going to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to provide you with that name and number of all three parties: Maryland State Police, Sheriff Gamble, and Ellen Barry Grundon's office, so that you all can write them and call them and let them know that no one's satisfied with their investigation. I'm using those air quotes very loosely because you've read through the information that I've posted in the previous video, right? And yeah, it looks like sprinkling of fairy dust is what people call that, right? There's some potential investigation that was done previously, but very little to the point where they want to corroborate testimony of the victim, and very little that they're doing to ensure prosecutorial action against the suspect. And you know what? When it comes to the conversation from the last video about there are times where there's protectionism that happen for law enforcement officers because they've got friends in high places, and it's my opinion, and it's what is occurring now, is that there's protectionism for this person, and that's not acceptable. You know, we all have to follow those same laws, right? And from the way it looks to me, and from others that look closely at this case, it's rules for thee, not for me, according to Ellen Barry Grundon's responses and the Maryland State Police and Sheriff Gamble. It seems like they can do whatever they want and they don't have to face any consequences. But if you or I do something, then yeah, they're after us and they're going to prosecute us. So we, the people, need to voice our opinions and make contact with them and do what we can to ensure that this little girl's rights are protected and that there is an actual valid, in-depth investigation against the suspect so that there can be prosecutorial action against that individual. Now, I've had people ask me to release his name. I cannot release his name, okay? It is an active investigation based on what I have presented, okay? Now, if I say something in the public light that would therefore create a moot conversation, meaning that prosecutorial action would cease because they would allege that I was creating an unfair environment for the suspect, right? That's what I'm going to think is going to happen, is that they will be very quick to attack me and to say that I've created an unfair uh, situation for the suspect. They don't care about the victim in this situation. They really don't, because if they did, they would have done something in 2018. Here we are in 2022 having this conversation. So it's pretty clear that they don't care about the suspect. So put yourself in this family's shoes. If your child, 3, 4, 5 years old, was being harmed by a law enforcement officer, and you came forward after that child made a statement against that officer, and all they tried to do was, rather than get help for that child and listen to the child and take action against the suspect, all they tried to do was discredit you and tell people that you have a personal vendetta and that this child was coached. How would you feel? It's terrible to think that people that are put in positions to protect the public are protecting the suspect and making the victim and their family feel re-victimized all over again. So let's do what we can, everyone, okay? Make those calls, send those emails, keep doing it until you get a response, because I want to see those responses. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. If you have any tips, send them to officer.jody@gmail.com. I appreciate your time. Subscribe, like, and share. Have a good one.